Okay. We're live. Live on 2 platforms, but we have 3 streams going. Because we're just crazy like that. All right, there we go. Automatic, what's up? How we doing, MJ? Okay. We've got YouTube vertical, we've got YouTube landscape, and we've got kick. Want to hear some amazing news? You're going to buy 16 PCs from me. No? Okay. Yes, I want to hear amazing news. Absolutely. Is that even a real question? Of course I want to hear amazing news. What's up, Miller Time? How we doing? Better? Mr. Rainbow, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Miller, how we doing? Jatana, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Mitch, what's up? Mitch, what do you think of the new format? We've got, if you want to stick with the landscape, you're more than welcome to hop over to the landscape YouTube stream that we've got going right now. But I wanted to, give it a shot and see if we could get the old YouTube Shorts algorithm to play nice for us and get some extra views on YouTube. So we're doing it. I'm on YouTube Landscape, YouTube Vertical, and we're on Kick as well. So you spent 1.5 years in a wheelchair starting August 2012. Oh, story starting out good, juicy. Good man, got you up live on my stream too. Got the community watching. Hey, let's go. I've been patiently waiting for you to go live since MTG told me you were building your PC tonight. That's right. You had a scare you were going back, and it isn't so. Hey, let's go. Why doesn't my camera keep doing that? It keeps. Hold on, I'm gonna just make sure everything's good here. I've had it go black. Flicker to black and back a couple times. I don't know why it's doing that. Also, we should probably shift it a little bit for the, we should shift the vertical stream scene around a little bit. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. You like the parts list? Yeah, it's not a bad little build for, I mean, if you're building it yourself, it would be under $1,000. If you're having someone like me building it, it'd be more than that. But if you're doing it yourself, this build right here, under $1,000. What about the YouTube Hawaiian shirt landscaping person thing? What? Oh, landscape. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any landscaping. It just doesn't sound like my thing. Why can't I see this? There we go. Okay. Front camera. What if we shift this over just a little bit for you guys? There we go. Cool. Totally random, I know, but let's be real. I needed some good news. Hey, good news is always welcome, right? Okay, so let's talk about what we've got in here today. If you're interested, type in !specs and you'll see all of this in text, but I'll tell you in verbal, orally. We've got the Ryzen 5 8400F. So this is an 8000 series CPU. The F means it does not have integrated graphics. So if you were to hook up your monitor to the motherboard, nothing would happen, which is what all Ryzens had for the most part up until the 7000 series. They did release some 5000 series Gs, and there was a few 3000 series Gs, but in general, the average AMD Ryzen CPU did not have integrated graphics. We've got a 1 terabyte SSD. We've got 32 gigs of RAM, which apparently I did not grab out of the shelf. I'll grab one of these. Got 32 gigs, CL32 6400 RAM from Team Group. The 1 terabyte SSD is from Team Group. Thermalright CPU cooler with RGB fan included. A B650M motherboard from ASRock. RTX 4060. 650 watt power supply from Seasonic. And then we've got a Lianli LandCool 216, which is going to look giant with these things inside of it, but it just means there's room to grow and plenty of airflow, right? Mitch says, I can't make up my mind on my build. AMD, you mean AMD or Intel, I assume. Coming from a 3800X 2070, I don't game, just live stream and video editing. I mean, personally, I'm an AMD fan when it comes to CPUs, and with all of the issues that Intel's been having with their higher level CPUs, I mean, they're supposed to get fixed soon with some like updated microcode, but you know, I would go AMD. Jay coming in with a sub, appreciate it. General Garrick's coming in with a sub as well, appreciate y'all. Yeah, so there's the specs, Mr. Rainbow. You can see those. You guys can see it on Kick as well. It's a Make-A-Wish build. All right, let's get started, shall we? Shall we? Any other questions before we really get into it here? As you can tell, I'm mostly better. I probably sound better, hopefully. Nash coming in with the sub. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Look at that. Look at this. Got the vertical stream. Looks so good. Let's see the case. All right, hold on. It's kind of heavy. Something's loose in the bottom. Probably the hard drive tray. Oh, nope, it's the rear fan. It's broken. So we'll have to get, we'll have to replace that. The rear fan came in. What is it with Amazon right now? Maybe this didn't come from Amazon. Maybe it came from someone else. I'm pretty sure I have an extra of that exact fan though, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, we got a Be Quiet fan. It's just as good. Okay. The fan blade is literally not even, I was wondering what that sound was. The fan blade is not even connected to it, but it's okay. We got another one. It's fine. I'm a hoarder of fans. But yeah, so that's the Lianli LandCool 216. If you don't know what it is, it's the one that has the 2 giant front RGB fans that come with it, and then yeah, I mean, it's a Lianli. It's, you know, well built. It's kind of heavy. Tons of space inside for anything you could want to put in there. It's real nice. Will the PC build cancel my flight on Delta back home? I hope not. I hope not. I'm also hoping it doesn't cancel my flight to Sweden later this year. And no, I will not be going there for fun. I will be there for work, for my day job. Okay. First, we got the ASRock B650M dash H/M.2 plus, because whatever that means. One thing to keep in mind, this does not have, double checking it, does not have built-in Wi-Fi or like wireless capabilities. Is one of the sacrifices sometimes that have to be made when you're going with a very tight budget build. But it's easy to add a wireless card. ASRock even is actually really cool. I'll show you here in just a second. ASRock actually does something pretty cool here, where even on their non-Wi-Fi motherboards, you can see here there's a little M.2 slot. So you can literally just, like, you don't need to get a PCIe Wi-Fi card. You don't need to waste a slot for that. And you don't need to get a stupid USB one. You can actually just come right here, put in a little M.2 Wi-Fi card, their little 2230 or 2245 card, and then it just connects right out the back. There's even holes in the, what's it called? In the I/O shield for it, for the antennas things to stick through. Super easy. All you gotta do is buy one from ASRock. Okay. Okay. Reluctant Hero, what's up? Have you had a chance to try the 7500F? I have not. Is there a 7500F? I don't think there is. Hold on. Let me just, we're just gonna do a little bit of Googling here. I don't think there is a 7500F. There's a 8500. Oh shit. You can get them on, yeah, I don't think they sell the 7500F directly to people. I think it only is possible to buy I've never seen one available. I'm wondering if they're only selling them to like OEMs. Hold on, let's go back here. Let's double check. So this is the build for today. Let's go edit this part list. We'll take a look here. So what we can do is we can remove this CPU, and if there is one available, we would be able to find it here on AMD. So we'll go Ryzen 5, close that up, 7600F. So you can see here, like the 7500F does show up here, but there's nowhere to buy it. So my guess is this is probably mostly created for like not third-party integrators and not for people to buy themselves. Either that or it's brand new and it is not really hitting shelves yet. It's one of those two. It's either they're really only selling it to companies or it just hasn't hit the shelves yet. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it through AliExpress. I'm not doing that. Yeah, so no, I have not tested it out. I probably will not be unless it starts becoming like available through normal means. I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy it. You've got a 7700. That's a good, really good CPU, Johnny. Still waiting on your PC case. What did you order? Did you order a like the Height Y70 Touch or something like that? That's actually sold out all the time. Yeah, AliExpress, I mean, yeah, it's sketchy for sure. Like, you never know if you're actually gonna get what you pay for. I'm afraid with Intel, I'll stick with like a 7700X, maybe a ASRock board or Gigabyte board. I would lean toward ASRock. Gigabyte has some weird things with their new RGB connectors that I tend to avoid, so. Okay, so Ryzen 5 8500F. Boom, done. And I guess I don't know why anyone would buy the 7500F if the 8500F is out now. I can't imagine they're any real different. I mean, maybe they're different, but I would be very surprised if they were different. You know? The Fractum custom, with the Fractum custom color in wood. Like you ordered it directly through Fractal, or how does that work? Or did you like order it from someone like me who's gonna custom paint it for you? You guys know I do custom painting, right? You guys know I do that, right? Right. Have you guys seen the custom paint stuff we do? It's incredible. What are you guys doing? You could have had it by now. I mean, I guess I don't know how long you ordered it, but you probably could have had it by now. I'm streaming. I have two streams up on YouTube right now, and then I'm also on Kick. If you want to just view the landscape version, like standard 1080p on YouTube, you can do that pretty easily. Oh, you ordered it 2 weeks ago? Okay. I mean, that's about how long it would take me to get it to you. Cool. Boom. Team Group MP44L, 1 terabyte installed. Boom, done, easy, so fast. We'll order it from me next time. Come on. Can't believe you, Johnny. Cannot believe you, Johnny. Just kidding. But like, just a little bit. Mask of Madness, what's up? I'm on a budget and wanted to know if it's worth it to wait for the 9600X paired with the 7600 XT, or just go with the 7600X paired with the 7700 XT. I don't think you're gonna see a significant boost in the 9000, and 9000, I guess 9000 series got pushed back a little bit. They should be going live soon. But what you could do if you're really on a tight budget is wait for 9000 series to come out and then buy a 7000 series, like a 7600X, and save yourself some more money. Because I bet you once the 9000 series come out, the 7000 series are gonna drop in price. That would probably be my suggestion. If you're on a tight budget, wait for the next one to come out and then buy the old one. You know? Okay. So, looks like this one utilizes not these brackets for AM5. So let's pull those off. Where's the 1080p version? It's on, if you just go to my channel on YouTube, you should be able to find it. They should both show up. One's labeled, like one's called Shorts Stream, like in the description or the title, and the other one is just called like the main title. There's no doesn't have shorts in the name. Okay. I think I scared Johnny off, you guys. I didn't mean to. Okay. Wait, these, oh, say AM4, it freaked me out for a second. I forgot AM4 and AM5 are the same. You guys, I scared Johnny away. I didn't mean it. Okay. Then we've got, I'm guessing, I think we got to do it that way. What up, Hatfield? How we doing? Mr. Red is always short. Oh, shots fired. Hey, I am of average height, thank you. I'm 5 feet 10 inches tall. Average height. Other things, maybe not. But height, average for sure. I think the mid of August, the 9000s, yeah, then they were supposed to come out like in the last week or like this week, and they just like, they pushed them back a couple weeks. You found the 1080p version. Let's go, Mitch. Good job. Welcome. Just observing the new neighbors moving in. All right, cool. That's the right way. Don't be a creeper, Hatfield. Maybe you should help them move in. There we go. There's that. We've got our trusty Thermalright TF7 thermal paste. Don't spill that water. I won't, don't worry. But good looking out, I did need a drink. Okay. Get me a spatula. Throw a little thermal paste on here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Thermal paste might be a little on the dry side, but not too bad. Don't think it's gonna cause any problems. Okay. Okay, now let's do a little spready spread here. Is thick. Should have warmed it by the fire first. I think once we work it a little bit, it should like kind of soften up, but it doesn't seem to be doing that right now. Let's get some more out there. Nothing in it for me, my guy. Just looking over the next couple of years, pay raises to see where I'll be when the current contract ends. Yeah. Are you a contract employee, or is this like a contract as in like the contracts that your company has going on? All right, there we go. It's pretty much covering the whole IHS. Now we can thin it out. I'll wait for AMD 9 to come out. Hopefully it'll drop the 7s. Yeah, exactly. I would love to like swap out my 7950X for something else. But with my GPU acting up like it is, I think I'm gonna have to buy a 40 series GPU instead. I mean, I could stick with Intel or AMD with my GPU, but kind of want to go Nvidia this time around. And 50 series isn't gonna come out till like next year, is what they're saying now. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Doesn't look too thick to me. Cool, that should be good. There's a couple little spots that don't have a bunch there, but that should get fixed with the excess in the center.
What up, Red?
No big deal. Data Gaming, what's up? Turtizzle, what's up? AMD pulled the 9000 series release for quality issues. Yeah. My guess is it's manufacturing quality issues, not like what we were seeing from Intel, which was a software / like firmware issue that they should have fixed before going into production, in my opinion. But yeah, it seems like a manufacturing quality based on the wording of like the releases, like press release. So yeah. But they'll be out here in the next couple weeks. What problems am I having with my PC? My GPU really seems to be acting like it's dying. Like screen's going black and not really wanting to come back unless I like disconnect and reconnect. And I've got a postcode on my motherboard saying test NVRAM, which from everything I can tell has something to do with the GPU. Like weird FPS drops and stuff. Yeah, it's just... I think it's dying, which is really dumb because it's not that old. It's a 7900 XTX. It is like the AMD reference model, like from AMD, which was like the worst one, but still it should not be dying already. And because I water blocked it, there's no warranty. So if you are thinking about getting a water cooling your computer, keep in mind that that's always a possibility. All right, so normally I would run this right over to the RGB controller, but there aren't going to be enough of them. So we're gonna run it to the RGB controller on the case and we'll control it that way. So we're gonna leave this unplugged for now. CPU, GPU combo, AMD on top. AMD is kind of on top for CPUs right now, that's for sure. You're from India, so prices for gaming PCs are so expensive for a middle-class person like me. Had to save up for months for a 7600X and a 7700 XT. Yeah, I mean that's kind of happening here too. But I mean that's a solid gaming PC though. How we doing, Mark? What parts or build are you using, bud? Somebody type in !specs, SPECS, !specs, and that'll tell you every single part that's in here. You have a 7900 GRE in your PC in its peak. Nice. I have a 7900 XTX that I bought like basically right when they came out. My gaming PC is absurdly over the top in every way, but yeah, it's just a little frustrating that it's dying already. And I probably, here's my options with my GPU dying. With my current GPU, it's got a water block on it, and if I didn't want to buy another water block, I would have to buy another reference model AMD, which are pretty much unavailable everywhere. The other option is to buy any other GPU that I want, and then buy a water block for it, and then hook it back up into my water cooling loop. Because my whole system is water cooled, so going with a non-water cooled GPU I could do, but it would look kind of dumb. So I'm leaning towards getting like a 4070 Super or something that's not gonna completely break the bank, still gonna be great for 1440p gaming, and I'll put a water block on it and then I'll hook it up. That's what I'm thinking. Why isn't the specs working? Sorry, yeah, the specs are in the description, but let's talk about it. The specs works everywhere else. It might be because it's on the vertical stream, but let's talk about it. Okay. For the CPU, we've got a Ryzen 5 8500F, which means that it does not have a onboard graphics chip. So if you hook up a monitor to your motherboard here, not gonna get anything. CPU cooler is from Thermalright. This is the Spirit Evo Assassin or something like that, 120 millimeters. It's got an RGB fan, nice little, what is it? Four heat pipe cooler. It's all in black, looks great. We've got the ASRock B650M motherboard, non-Wi-Fi model. You can always add a Wi-Fi card here if you want to later on. 1 terabyte SSD from Team Group. This is the MP44L. It does about 5,000 read-write speed. It's a Gen 4 SSD. You can get these for just under $70. 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM from Team Group. This is CL32-6400. This is what I just carry. I carry this stuff in stock, so you get a little bit of a discount if you buy that from me. We've got an RTX 4060 on the floor here from MSI, 650 watt power supply from Seasonic, and then we've got the Lee & Lee LandCool 216 case, which is gonna look huge with these parts in it, but hey, whatever. Still gonna be good. Why did I go with water cooling and what color is the liquid? So when I originally built it, I wanted to build the biggest, baddest, like most, maybe not most expensive, but like highest end AM5 build as like humanly possible when AM5 came out. So that's why I built it. I made a whole video on it. It was like almost $7,000. And then I was gonna try and sell it. And then nobody wanted to buy a crazy custom water-cooled PC that they didn't, design and pick the parts in. So I ended up keeping it. And the color in it originally was red, so everything on it was like red and black. I did red and black custom cables from Cable Mod, the whole shebang. Sorry, there's a fan broken off in here from shipping, but that's fine. We got a replacement. So yeah, it had red coolant in it originally, and then red and black cables. Since then, I've had to replace the cooling. I've had to replace the coolant since then, and this time around we just went with water. What's the best CPU for a 7800 XT GPU to prevent bottlenecking? Like a 7600X or a 7700X if you're gaming. Either of those would be great to work with that CPU. Yeah, those would be good to go with it. What's up? How we doing, Richard? Hey, Botrix is working today. What do you know? Botrix is botting today. Okay, let's switch to that for a second. We're gonna take this fan out. So this is how this arrived to my house. 7700X draws more power. It doesn't draw that much power. Like this Peerless Assassin, like pretty well keeps my 12700K cool. And that thing pulls almost 200 watts of power. So it's nice to have a more powerful CPU cooler if you have space for it and you can afford it, do it. But you're not gonna really run into issues in normal use with this CPU cooler and a 7700X. Nice to have, sure. Causing problems? No. Where is this one? Hold on. Let's find this cable. I'll show you guys in a second what this looks like if you can't tell yet. Oh, why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? You've got it in a cable management thing. Why do you need to put this little twist tie on there? Okay, there we go. We got it out. So this thing arrived to me. Frame here, fan blade somewhere else. Normally I would do like asking for, oh, that kind of just went back together. It did kind of go back together, but it's like very, oh. That actually feels fine. All right, I'm gonna put this back in. If it causes any issues when I'm building it, or after I build it and I'm testing it, then we'll take it back out and we'll replace it with the Be Quiet one that I've got laying around, but it looks like it just came out. It went right back in too, so. Okay. This is the Lee & Lee LandCool 216. If you're interested in buying one, there is a link there's an affiliate link in the description where you could buy one. I get a little kickback for no extra cost. But yeah, you could definitely get a more powerful CPU cooler for a 7700X. It doesn't cost that much more. This one is very cheap. This is like $23. If you go more in the realm of like a $30 to $50 CPU cooler, you'll probably be a little bit more happy with your performance. Okay. Dealt with all that nonsense. We're gonna not spill our water here. You'll be rolling the 3090 Ti for the foreseeable future. See, I wasn't planning on changing my GPU anytime soon, but now that it's having so many issues, I feel like I have to. Yeah, so this is a bigger case. The original plan, I think, for this build, it was gonna be a little bit higher spec, but then they ended up going with something slightly lower. So, so we kept the case because he liked the look of the case, but ended up with slightly lower specs than originally intended. Come on. Sorry, AMD or Nvidia GPU? Well, I've had AMD GPUs for a long time. They're a little less user-friendly, I would say, in general, with like software updates and stuff like that. bang for your buck, they've been pretty good recently, especially on the lower end ones. But if I was to go like higher end and spend, you know, more than $600 right now, I would go with Nvidia, personally. Okay, we need our accessory kit. We're also going to need to move a couple of studs first. So this comes set up for, this comes set up for an ATX motherboard. So we're gonna have to swap spots for a couple of these guys to MATX. Hold on. Make sure that's the right spot. Nope, it needs to go to the lower one. Okay. This one needs to go down one. Stay. Okay, that goes there. Get this guy out of the corner. Ugh. Can get enough torque on our hand. Got it. Nailed it. Do you remove hard drive case to make room for cable management? Typically, no. If I have to, I will, but I can usually avoid it. Just because, like, one, it's a pain to ship, like, have to take it out and then find a room for it in shipping. And two, it's just nice for it to be where it's supposed to be later on. Okay, got those moved. Now, when we put this in, all of the studs will be where they're supposed to be. Right? Go. There. Yeah. Okay. God for 1080p. Wait, what? Is a RX 6600 and a 5600. I mean, that's a good pairing. Oh, is it good for 1080p? Yeah, that'll be great for 1080p. I have no problems with playing 1080p with that. i5 12400F with an RX 580. Bottlenecks. You probably won't run into too many bottlenecks with those. Personally, if I was buying, I would go with like a 12600K or a KF model if you can find it for a similar price. It won't be much more expensive, and you'll have a much better time gaming and stuff with it. Like, you can find them for 160 bucks. I think the 12400F is only like $20 or $40 less. You look like the Deep from The Boys. I never watched that show. I never actually watched that show. A 4060 paired with a 12900K, good for 1440p. A 4060 is really not meant for 1440p, if I'm being honest. 1, 2, 3. I know I should know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think just 6. Yeah, 2 to 4. I don't build MATX cases that often, or MATX motherboards that often, I guess. What do you think of the 5000 series GPUs that are said to release CES next year? I don't really know much about them, and I feel like all the information we have about them is just like rumors. So I don't know that I could really comment on them because I don't really know what's going to be in it, you know? You had an RX 580 on your 3600X, no problem streaming or video editing in DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, the RX 580 kind of punched above its weight class. Although I know, I personally had a buddy who had one. I don't remember what CPU he was running, but even in like Al Mazrah, he could like barely pull 50 FPS gaming and streaming on it. So it's a decent gaming GPU still, but you gotta kind of know your limitations. Budget-friendly GPU and CPU for 1440p. Someone kind of mentioned it earlier, but like the 7800 XT with like a Ryzen 5 7600 would be solid. That's like $200 for the CPU, I don't remember what the 7800 XT runs now. Is it like $600? If that's a little more than like what you're thinking budget-wise, you might want to look into like what I would maybe consider doing with something like that is like get like a 7600X or like a 5800X 3D, and then find a used GPU like a 30 series, like 3070 or better or something like that, and gaming with that. Keeping the same in mind, if you ever have an Intel CPU issue, they'll boot your warranty if you're running OC of memory of any kind. Yeah. I feel like Intel is gonna just like kick out people's warranty for any reason right now, because there's so many people having issues with 13th and 14th gen, and they're not gonna issue a recall, which is crazy. Okay, that's installed. Let's get it up here. We'll switch to this one, and then let's do that for the vertical stream as well. Hold on, I can't see my things here. Make this a little taller. Yeah, look at that. You guys got the back screen. So I've got 3 Sony cameras now. We've got one that's capable of 4K up front. We've got a 1080p A6000 here, another 1080p A6000 back here. Time to get lazy Susan out here, and we can keep moving forward on this build. Where's my company located? I'm located in Idaho. I can ship anywhere though, especially within the US. Ship to Canada multiple times a year, and ship to the UK occasionally. But obviously, if you're shipping outside of the US, there is definitely going to be import taxes and an increase in shipping costs that will occur. 4070 Super with a 14400F and a Leanly 011 AIO. I would personally shoot for get like a 13600K over the 14400F. I personally wouldn't go for a non-K model for an Intel CPU if you're gonna game on it. You're just gonna get a little bit better performance out of it. And sorry, you guys are just looking at my back right now because I'm talking. Nice cup, thanks. $9, Fred Meyer. Okay. What you think about pairing a 7600X with a 7800 XT? Perfect, chef's kiss. Thank you, and thanks to Gold Tiger. Structure on the build now, let's go. Yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Playing Cyberpunk right now, almost max setting with a 7700X and a 7800 GRE. That's pretty spicy. I never really spent enough time to learn the specs of the 7900 GRE. I really should though. Okay, I need to pull this plate out of the way. I did a little fancy back here with the CPU cooler RGB routing, and we didn't even really mean to. See? It's right back here. Look at that! Although I think that thing just came off. So now this guy, I'm gonna run right here. Really don't like these 5-volt ARGB connectors. I know they're standardized, but like, can we make a new standard that's nicer and easier to use? Maybe. No? Okay, fine. The i5, like a 13600K or KF would be better than the 14400F. Yes. The K model specifically. And I think right now it's cheaper. If you're on PCPartPicker.com, you can look, and I'm pretty sure you can get the 13600KF for cheaper than the 14400. I think. Don't quote me on that. Check it out for yourself. I think it's cheaper. If not, I'm an idiot, and don't worry about it. What up, Ed Bailey? How we doing? Also, I missed a bunch. Hold on, let me scroll back up. There's a bunch. I missed a bunch of freaking subs on YouTube. I'm so sorry. Giancarlo Cura, Nash, Super Into, Frank Liker, Disowned Rock, me F you up, Noam Aziza, Foxcroft, Kaio Enrique, Merkin All Day, and Balint Kiss Sabo, all coming in with subs on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. So yeah. I'm sorry, Gold. If I'm wrong about the price, I'm sorry, but I would still say it's worth it. They're not going to be that much different in price. Okay. The 13600KF, I know it's under $300 US. The 14400F, I thought is right around that same sort of price range. But again, if I'm wrong, just, slap me. It's fine. Okay, HD audio connected. Boom, done. Let's get, this is front panel. Can you guys see over here? Hopefully you can. You guys can kind of see over here. Let's scoot over a little more. I know on landscape y'all can see it fine, but a little less, there's a little less left to right visibility on the vertical stream. All right, Lee and a lot of manufacturers are really nice these days. They give you a single front panel connector, so you don't have to deal with like LED plus minus, HDD LED power supply, or power button, reset button. You don't have to worry about all that. You just plug the main thing in. It's keyed, so you can only plug it in one way. Done. It's great. It's perfect. What is this thing? Oh, I think I wanted to put this back on. Don't I? Or is this thing still over here? No, where'd it go? Where's the other? Oh, it's up there. You're hiding from me. How dare you? How dare you? Also, I'm gonna turn this guy off because it's pointing at this camera and it probably isn't helping. Or actually, better yet, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make this light more useful now that we're done working from over there. Huh? Huh? How's that? No different? Cool. Yo, Mr. Rainbow gifting out. Oh no, you're not gifting out. You hit 5 months of subs. 5 mouth and still here. 5 months and still here. That's right. All right, we've got USB 3 right there. Is it gonna come up this way? Yeah. Okay. There's a hair there, probably a dog hair. Ranger, get your dog hair out of here. I can't be mean to my dog. He's so cute. And he's so soft. And he's just so chill, like 99% of the time. Can't be mad that his hair is everywhere. Okay, got that. Again, budget motherboard, doesn't have USB-C, so this USB-C is not going to be functional. 'Tis the sacrifice of a cheap, well, a budget PC. I won't say cheap. This is not cheap, but a budget PC, there are things you have to think about. There's things you end up having to sacrifice. That's one of them. So, sorry. Okay. Okay. And now we need to pull these guys out. We're only going to be able to turn this guy in. This is going to provide power, like speed input for all of the fans connected here, which is the rear fan and the two front fans. Connect that in down here. Like that. This is not actually RGB. So the RGB header, this RGB guy is going to be just power. Or we can do that before we ship it out. Get a little 5-volt RGB controller. Yo, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Mr. Rainbow. Koro Sensei, Oluwasa, Lemons, Trap, and Jitana all getting gifted memberships. Appreciate that. You just got your Thermalright AIO frozen, not 240, like 15 minutes ago. Ooh, you have to let me know how that goes. Not sure I'll use RGB on my new build, probably not. Yeah, RGB's overrated, right? What's with the loud music playing? Is it that loud? Is it that loud compared to my voice? I don't really know what's playing. It's just on like a big playlist. If it's loud or something, I can... Is it loud? I have it turned pretty far down here. That's my bad. Hold on. Here. How's that? Is that better? Thumbs up if that's better, or ones in chat if that sounds better. Is the music itself just awful? Like, is this just a terrible song? It's very loud. That's so weird. It shouldn't be loud now, right? It was loud at times. Oh, the gifted sub thing. Oh. Yeah, I need to, I can't fix that right now. Yeah, I might need to change some settings for the gifted subs. Thank you for that. I will try and fix that. How do I connect the power cables? Magic. Just kidding, not magic. But we're actually gonna do that right now. All this other stuff is connected in, so we don't need to mess with this anymore. We can do a little bit of cable management over here. That's not gonna be a problem. Power cables. So we got the Seasonic GX 650 watt power supply, 80 plus gold efficiency rating. Seasonic is one of the best names in the game. 10-year warranty, you guys. 10 years. So one cool thing and something to think about when you're talking about building your own PC, if you buy a good quality power supply, it's gonna last a long time, 10 years. So make sure that you buy one of an appropriate size that you're willing to upgrade and keep the same power supply. Because it's so much easier to just sit there, like especially if you don't change your case that often, to just unplug your power supply cables and then swap out a motherboard, or just like unplug it from the GPU, swap out your GPU, whatever, and not ever have to mess with all of the things like in the back of the case. So think about that. Okay. Loud, we can't hear you now. You can hear me now though, right? But you can't hear the music now. Sorry. What do you think of the Cooler Mass half 7? Isn't that the one that's like $500? Isn't that the super expensive case from Cooler Master? Sorry, I didn't see your when you asked it the first time. That's my bad. Nobody's showing where, but he effed up real bad. I haven't messed up. I haven't messed up. Think you got me? Ew, AMD sucks. Well, you do have Intel in your name, so that's unfair. No music at all now. Okay, so the music wasn't this music. It was just that other music. So sorry, we'll pull this back up. Okay, let me know if that sounds okay. How's that music level sound? Is that okay? I know it was the notification sounds from the gifted members. K means the CPU is unlocked, meaning you can run it at higher speeds. Yes, and it also means it comes from the factory with slightly higher speeds. And on some models, they now have more. It means they'll have more cores included, not the power cores, but the efficiency cores. You hear nothing, son of a... Okay, well, there's only so many things I can do. I can't make everybody happy, Mitch. Okay, so SATA power cable, we need that. I already did. I want to see if I should regret it. Oh, you bought it already? Isn't that like a ridiculously expensive one though? How I mean, at that price point, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, these both have the daisy chain style to them. That's fine. We just need one for a 4060. Okay, get rid of that. All right, so here's how I hook up power cables. Start with the CPU one. I'm gonna hook it up from this side and then we'll feed it to the back. You got a 600 watt Thermalright power supply. I think that will be okay. I mean, the AIO isn't really the thing to go off of. It's more of your CPU and GPU. Those are gonna use the most power. Okay, I'm gonna stick this guy through to the back. And we'll tighten it up on the back side. I'm not complaining, I just like hearing you better. That's fair. So wait, is the music too loud now? Like, is it really kind of over the top? Peter Meckhill coming in with a sub on YouTube. Thank you. Are you gonna build a PC? Am I not currently building a PC? What GPU are you running as your daily? I have a 7900 XTX that's water cooled as my daily like gaming GPU. In my stream PC, I have a 3070. And my 7900 XTX is slowly dying. So, you know, it's hard to recommend an AMD GPU personally right now. 4060, yeah, it's a very budget. This is a very budget conscious PC. As you can see, it's in the title. It's it's an under $1,000 PC for gaming. The 4060, it fits that bill. It's solid for 1080p gaming. We've been using 4060s for our budget gamer PCs for over a year now, and they actually, they do pretty well. Splenda is going to need that redneck touch. What's up, Splenda Poppy? How you doing? Intel fanboys like Nvidia. Wait, yeah, what are you doing? Shh. Intel fanboys are supposed to like Nvidia, man. Ooh, don't want to knock that water over. Also, I want this guy back here. See me palm that like a man. You'll stay with your 3050. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't go from a 3050 to a 4060. Maybe when the 50 series comes out, you can make a jump. Make a jump to like a 5060 or a 5060 Ti, something like that. But hey, here's the thing. If you're happy with your system, how it's working today, and, nothing's wrong with it, you're able to play what you want to play or do what you want to do, don't upgrade. No need to upgrade, We get too stuck in consumerism mode these days, where we just, we always want the newest, best thing. We always want to, have everything that our, neighbor or friends or people we see online have, and it's not healthy. It's not good. It's not good for our finances. It's not good for our mental health. Just don't do it. Get out of the consumerism trap. If you want to buy something, you got the money for it, and you've been saving up. You like to, you want to get into PC gaming from console, do it. Have fun, enjoy it. But, don't do it for the wrong reasons, right? You're gonna upgrade to the GRE soon. Oh, really? You're gonna get the 7900 GRE? What do you have currently right now, Intel? Been running Game Pass just fine. See, there you go. No need to upgrade unnecessarily, right? This guy. You gonna fit down here? You gonna fit down here? There we go. It's a little tight with this cable here. To get over that hump. Oh, maybe it's CPU power cable too. What am I getting caught on? Feels like I'm getting caught on something. There we go. We're good. There we go. There we go. Now we're moving. Okay. Sir, this is a no political, that's not politics. That's not politics. Oh wait, is someone else saying? Oh, sorry, that was somebody else. Yeah, no politics here. I'm gonna remove your comment. You can stay, but I'm gonna remove that comment. You know, if you can play nice, keep politics out of it. No harm done. Nobody's gonna be upset. Sorry, I thought you were talking to me, and I was like, how dare you? You are correct. My PC does everything I want it to do. So does my Mac Mini M1. Just like to build something new every 5 years. Yeah, exactly. Any answer to why I can't change FPS? What do you mean can't change FPS? Can you be a little more specific as to what you're referring to? Opinion on the 13, 14 gen stability issues. Personally, I haven't had any customers have failed CPUs from that problem or like a ton of instability. But it's a big problem. Like I've been hearing about it for months. Like currently, it's hard to recommend Intel. I tend to lean towards AMD right now, just to avoid that. If people really want Intel, like I'll still build them an Intel PC. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that they've let this go on for this long before doing something about it. And the fact that they've started like denying some of the warranty when it's clearly their fault, just because, you know, people have, you know, like a slight overclock, or, you know, they're using quote unquote overclocked RAM when it's very clearly Intel's fault. I don't like that, and I think they should have done something about it along, you know, before they released the CPUs, but you know, what do I know? I feel like it's a Reddit fear-mongering. Oh, I mean, it's a very real issue. Like it's 100% a real issue. Like Intel put out a statement that they're going to be like putting out new microcode to fix it. Like it's a real problem. I don't know what, I wish there was information on like percentage affected, you know, like what percentage of the you know, i9 14900s and 13900s that are out there were affected by this. Like that's the kind of information that like would really help me understand, you know, how bad is it? What kind, you know, is this something that like, you know, 50% of the people are seeing, or is this like a very small portion of, you know, the total number of users? It would help put it into perspective, you know. Without that sort of information, like we're all just kind of guessing and basing it off of anecdotally, which is not, you know, the right way to do it. AMD all the way, you think? Yeah. I turn up my volume, I can hear some music in the background now. I'm old, I lost my hearing from an AC/DC concert in 1987. Hey, if that's the way you lost your hearing, it's not bad. Not a bad way to lose it. Your rig is going to need an upgrade. You've got a 5800X. Notice some performance drop, but I don't know if I want to build an AM5 system just yet. Yeah, that's hard. I mean, a 5800X 3D would be a big upgrade in terms of gaming from what you've got. I know it doesn't sound like it, but like a 5800X 3D is a good upgrade compared to a 5800X for gaming. In this build, here, look at that timing. We're going with a RTX 4060. I know it's nothing super impressive, but when you're trying to build a PC for under $1,000, there's not a lot of options. And as a builder who sells to customers, the used market is just not an option for me. Am I gonna give it away? No, this was paid for in advance by the customer. It actually was a giveaway build, not from me, but by Miller Time Gaming, he was in my Kick chat earlier. But yeah, with i9s it's pretty high. That's kind of what I've heard, but it's always, you know, it's hard to tell. No, we're not giving it away. This was bought. I run a business. I have to get paid. You have a 3070 right now. It's fine, but I'd like to fully use your 1440p 165 hertz monitor. That's fair. Like the 4070 Super or 4070 Ti Super would be perfect to be able to do that with basically any game. This build is for me. Is it? Are you Zulu on Kick? Can you suggest to me which AM4 processor I can use with your 7700 XT? An AM5 system is expensive in your country. Are you just gaming on it, or what's your plans for the system? Get that peely. Ed, this is the Lee Landcool 216. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the description, an affiliate link, I should probably say, in the description that will take you to Amazon, I believe. Yes, you're Zulu on Kick. Hey, let's go. Welcome in on the YouTube vertical stream. The vertical stream's popping today, you guys. It didn't work. Like I tried it in the past, and it like never really did anything. But it's popping right now. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. What to upgrade from a 5500 and a 3050? Everything. No, I'm just kidding. 5500 and a 3050. I would probably upgrade to like a 4060. You know, trying to keep it cheap and stuff. I would probably upgrade to like a 4060 and a like a 5800X or 5800X 3D. I mean, it all depends on budget, and it also depends like what kind of RAM do you have too, because that's pretty important. You're not going to get the most out of your system if you have poor RAM. Gaming is your main priority. Personally, if you can afford it, the 5800X 3D or the 5700X 3D would be my suggestion for your upgrade, Bubbly. The 5800X 3D would be the preferred option. If you can't make that work financially, the 5700X 3D would be like the second option. It's not as good, obviously, as the 5800X 3D, but it's still an upgrade from, should still be a bit of an upgrade from what you have. Or I guess you didn't even say what you have today, but that would probably be my suggestion. Those X3D chips just do so good in gaming, it's crazy. Your idle temp is at mid 50 degrees, and I don't know, that's kind of high. That's kind of high. It could mean that you have too much thermal paste on your CPU cooler, or it could mean that your thermal paste is old and you need to replace it. Those front fans are big. Yeah, I can't remember what size they are. They're like 260 or 280 millimeters. They're massive, massive. All right, GPU is installed. Here's my HDMI cover. Put all these covers back in. Very hard to get to with this giant overhang, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Gaming will eventually upgrade to maximizing your LG monitor. Yeah. Of those two things, your GPU is probably holding you back more than your CPU, I would guess. But they're actually like, they're pretty evenly, like they're not, neither one is a huge bottleneck for the other. So like if you're gonna upgrade one significantly, you probably should upgrade the other as well. For the 3050 and the 5500. Your Hertz is locked in at 60 in Windows settings. I mean, it could just be that that's what your monitor is capable of. If your monitor is not capable of more, then that's why you're locked in at 60. You got a gifted? Hey, what's up, Lemons? You did get a gifted earlier. Thanks to Mr. Rainbow. If your 5800X3 doesn't go above 65C when gaming, that's perfect. Those are great temperatures for that chip. And that chip actually runs kind of hot compared to like the rest of Ryzen, the AM4 chips. Like the 5800X 3D like does run kind of hot compared to the rest of them. So that's impressive. Means you got a good cooler. Okay, let's get a couple of zip ties going here. See if we can get this cable management where we want it. Just wish I had maybe that guy. Come on. This RGB and fan like thing here is really nice, but it does kind of get in the way at times. All right. You got your PC 3 months ago, Intel 14th Gen, Asus ROG Strix 4090, 60 gigs, Corsair, 1000 watt power supply, Cooler Master half Evo. Not having any issues so far. Hey, let's go. That's awesome. Doing AI training. Like you're using your system to like train AI? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I have quite a few customers that have like, you know, maybe not the same case. Because I don't usually recommend spending that much money on a case. But if you if you have the money and you want to do it, do it. But I have several customers that have, 14th gen CPUs and like haven't had issues. So, I don't know if we've just been lucky or what, but glad to hear you're not having any issues either. Let's grab one of these cable ties. Cyberpunk 2077 and 1140 by 900. 1140 by 900? Is that like a laptop resolution? It's like almost square. Is it on Cinco full? What's the specs of the PC I'm building? It is, we've got a Ryzen 5 8500F, right? 8500? Crazy? 8400F. So Ryzen 5 8400F CPU. Got the Thermalright Spirit Evo 120 CPU cooler, 32 gigs of T-Force RAM. Let's see, maybe easier from here. 32 gigs CL32 6400 DDR5. RTX 4060, a 1 terabyte Gen 4 SSD from Team Group. We've got this ASRock B650M motherboard, 650 watt power supply from Seasonic, and then the Lianli LandCool 216, which makes this inside look really spacious, for lack of a better term, but it's a solid little build for sure. Low-end AI models, 24 gigabytes to the full. That's cool. It's for a group. I do stuff like Pygmalion AI. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. Just gonna nod and wave as if I know what I'm talking about. You know? Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. There we go. Got caught up there for some reason. I think what we're gonna do here is tie this guy here. I'm gonna go small form factor, but that's way too much. Yeah, you do kind of pay a premium for small form factor, don't you? It's hip to be square. Is it though? Is it though, Mr. Rainbow? Is it hip? Is it cool? Okay. Okay. Got all that. Looking pretty decent. The cable management up front is a little funky just because we have that small M-ATX motherboard, but besides that, I'd say we're looking pretty good here. What Windows are you running on the PC build? It'll be Windows 11. We do Windows 11 on everything right now. You have to go now. A good live stream, by the way. Hey, thank you so much, Intel. We'll hopefully see you next time. Appreciate you hanging out, dude. And don't worry, we don't hate Intel here. We just really like AMD sometimes. I can't help it but ask you to look into my case. I've looked at it before because I had somebody ask about it a while back. It's just been a long time. Why does an MSI thin? It's because it's thin. You use the term thin in a laptop. Here's the thing with laptops. They have similar, like even if you call it the same specs, first they're slightly different. Like an Intel or a mobile CPU, like a laptop CPU versus a desktop are different, but also they lack the cooling capability that a desktop has, and part of that is just due to size. Like you can't have a proper vapor chamber like you have, or like large heat pipes and fins and stuff like you have here on the CPU cooler, for instance. You just have such a small amount of area to try and like pull that heat away, and such a low amount of airflow that you're actually able to get into it in order to cool it. So a laptop is just always like going to run hot. There's not really much you can do about it if you want to have a reasonable sized laptop, right? A 5800X and a 4070 good? It's not bad. If you're building it yourself and you haven't bought the CPU yet, I would go to 5800X 3D instead, but it's not terrible. You recently built one of your own as well. What did you put in it, kitten? Okay, so I'm sorry for the vertical stream. I can't really fix the fact that you have to look at my back, but the build's done. Cable management's done in the back. Everything is hooked up with the exception of the USB-C up front because there's no support for that on the motherboard. Yeah, this baby's ready to go. I think we're gonna add in an RGB controller for the fans and stuff since there isn't one on the motherboard. They're not that expensive, we'll throw it in. But here we go. If you haven't been here before, what we like to do here is, before we turn it on, I wanna see you guys throw in every fire emoji known to man in the chat before we turn this on, okay? Any fire emoji you can find, Charmander fire emoji, anything and everything that you can find, that you can think of, put it in the chat, let's see it, and then we're gonna turn this baby on for the first time ever. We're gonna get you maybe a little more mood lighting here. Ooh, yeah. Check that out. It's a 10th gen with a 1660 Ti. It's not bad. Kitten, thank you for the sub. TripXDJ with the sub, appreciate that. All right, fire emojis in the chat right now. Right now. Yes, thank you, Adam. There we go. Starting it up. What would it take to upgrade this to a 4070 in the future? Pretty much would just need to put a 4070 in, and then you would probably want to upgrade your GPU a little bit. But realistically, this 650 watt can probably handle a 4070. Yo, Dr. Grant, thank you for the fire emojis. M Gamer, happy birthday, PC. Bubbly Flakes, thank you so much. All right. Oh, Kitten coming over to the landscape YouTube. Looking pretty good. Ed Bailey. Okay. Okay, you guys can keep throwing fire emojis in the chat, but I think we're ready. One last time, here's what's in the PC before the first power up. Ryzen 5 8400F. We've got this thermal right Assassin Evo 120 RGB. We've got an RTX 4060 1TB SSD from Team Group called the MP44L. 32 gigs of CL32-6400 RAM from Team Group. We've got the ASRock B650M-H/M.2 Plus. We've got a 650 watt power supply from Seasonic. The Lee & Land Cool 216. And that's it. That's the build. All right, first power up. Who's ready to see it? If I can find the power button, I will turn it on. All right. Here it is. Boom. So we're gonna need to put the RGB controller in it so that all this fancy RGB will be all lit up. But besides that, it's looking spicy. So this will have RGB, and then these front two fans will also be RGB once we get that in. What's the over/under on how long memory training will take? Honestly, I think I might have to flash the BIOS before it'll even post. If you look here, that we've got the two red lights. Usually that means this BIOS is too old to run this 8000 series CPU, so it'll run for forever and ever. Just kidding, yeah. So we're gonna have to actually do a BIOS flashback. You can see, if you're watching from back here, you can see there's a BIOS flashback button with a specific USB slot you gotta use, and then we'll flash it like that. I'm ready, I'm the only one that matters. Just kidding, I'm really excited. Yeah, so we'll throw in a little RGB controller in here so that you can control the RGB for the front and here, and then we'll be good to go. So I don't think, yeah. So I think it actually does use a reset switch on here, I think. Nothing connected. Should be good there. Oops. Yeah. Got power and that's it. So yeah, we'll have to add that in, and then this thing will be good to go. He's like British royalty. Yeah, this PC is gonna look even better once we get the RGB lit on it. But as is, even as is, it's pretty nice, right? Pretty nice. Very nice. My wife. Greetings from South Africa. What's up, Josh? Thank you for coming in. If you guys like the stream, don't forget to hit that sub button. Maybe go to the top right, hit the little 3 dots, and hit the thumbs up button. That'll help the stream as well. Yeah. Doing an AM5 build right now, and we'll probably need to do the BIOS thing, so can't wait to learn how. Super easy. So it'll be different. I mean, it'll be different for whichever motherboard brand that you have. So you'll have to look it up specifically for that brand. But usually what you have to do, you take a flash drive like this. You grab a flash drive, and then you download the new BIOS, put it onto the flash drive. Usually you'll have to rename that flash drive, or that BIOS file. So like MSI calls it MSI.ROM. You'd have to call it that. ASRock has a different name. I can't remember exactly what they call it. You have to change it. Make sure the PC is turned off, but the light switch is on. Then you just stick it into this slot here, which is specifically for the BIOS. And then you'll just hold down that BIOS flashback button. Hopefully you have a flash drive that has a blinking light. If you don't, you'll have to look in here, and there will be a little, at least on ASRock, there's a little LED in there that will say, or that will come on and either be like on or blinking while it's flashing, and then you have to just let it sit until that's done, and then you should be able to boot it up and work. Intel does not have the problem with 12th gen. No, it does not. Intel does not have any problems with 12th gen. So much free space. Look at this. Where is the MSI theme? What? Theme? What do we mean theme? Working night shift. It's 1:23 here. Whew. I cannot stay up that late. I'm an old man. Okay, I'm not that old, but like I can't do it. 11:30 rolls around and I'm asleep. Shove anime figurines in it now. Quickly, go, go, go. I'll cut that. Oh, here we go. We can do some, we got some blasphemy here. Hold on. Ready for this? There's space. We could put this Intel i9 thing in here in an AMD PC. Take that out, otherwise I'll forget it. Ah! Walked into my own light. Yeah, but that's the build. That's it, everybody. Double the SSDs. Double D's, what? What? Cool. Yeah, that's it, you guys. I really appreciate everyone hanging out. Thank you so much to everyone who came in and became a sub on YouTube. All of you who are hanging out in the vertical live stream. This is the first time we've done a vertical live stream in a long time, so I'm really glad to see that it worked and a bunch of y'all showed up. So thank you, thank you. We will see you next time. We'll be building another PC on Monday. So come back on Monday. We'll be building another computer. I'm not sure yet which one we'll be building. I'll have to look at my queue, but I think it'll be a very similar build in terms of internal components, but it'll be in a different, very different case. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out. How much did you get a 3050? Well, this is a 4060, but the 3050 that I've built recently, I think they're anywhere from $140 to $180. I don't remember what I paid for the one I built recently. Love you, Father. Have to go now. Mwah. Love you all. Thank you so much. Bye. Walkout music. Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Okay, bye.